Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Great Gibraltar Draft with Hound Dogs, and today we have our knockout round first leg against in the Europa Conference League against PAOK. It's going to be an interesting one, certainly. We've had a good amount of games played. We've got to this stage now. We're looking top of the table so far, so everything's going okay. But let's show you how we got to this point with regards to the league and the games we've played. So after being knocked out of the Europa League in the group stage, we did bounce back with a 2-0 win against Man 62. It was Romero on that left-hand side, cutting it back to Pereira de Sá to get the first one. And then the second one in the second half did come from a kind of breakaway. Marlos driving through the middle. He found Romero on that left-hand side once again. Marlos wasn't quite able to latch onto it, but Ndungala did, and he put it away for 2-0. Following the bounce back, it was a 1-1 draw against Lynx. Not much to say, to be honest. We could have won the game late on with a goal disallowed, but Ndungala's header initially gave us that lead that we wanted going into the second half. But Lynx is bouncing back on the 65th minute, working the ball down the right-hand side, a whipped ball to the back post, and Conte was able to find Chaholm in the box to make it 1-1. We had a disappointing next game against Europa Point, who are rock bottom of the league, doing very poorly this year. They took the lead late on in the first half and early on in the second. The first one coming from Fuchs playing it into Pekwa, and then, like I say, early in the second half, they got a second, really causing us issues. Clark being put through, who took it round the keeper to make it 2-0. We did manage to respond, though, and get the game level again, getting that point we need, as Keita was played by Kingsley. His shot saved by Gillespie, but Bareback was there to poke it in an open net. And then finally, late on in the game, in the 91st minute, or 92nd minute, really, we were able to get the second. A missed header by Purcell fell to Bareback from Martis' pass for 2-2. The draws just kept on coming with a 1-1 draw against Mons Calp. It was them who took the lead initially, but almost instantly we were able to get back on top of the game and get level, with Romero being played through by Ramirez, scoring, but it stayed at 1-1. We returned to winning ways, though, against Lions in a top of the table clash. Lions sitting in first place at this point, with us in third. Bareback getting the header initially on the half an hour mark with Ndungala's cross, delivering the perfect ball in. They did respond, though, in the second half, 61st minute, a long ball over the top from the keeper found Jerome Sinclair to level things up, but instantly we responded. Almost straight from kickoff, we were able to get a goal to level to take us back into the lead, I should say. Ramirez down this right-hand side, working it with Andre Wisdom, who cut inside, a ball in to Carlson, the youngster coming on, and he slotted it past the keeper 4-1. And then we got a third as well, Sergio Silva's header from Marlos' free kick. And that form continued against St Joseph, a 4-2 win this one. Again, we took the lead in the first 10-15 minutes. Pereira de Sá smashing it in from a layoff from Ndungala. They did respond well, levelling things up for half-time, with Isk working the ball forward to Ganby, then Olivan, whose ball over the top found Clemenza, who just slotted it past the keeper. But in the second half, we kind of took hold of the game once again, and was able to get a good 3-goal lead in this one, with Gustav Grubb, who came up from the under-23s to play right back. He's come through, played it into Ndungala, and Romero was able to tap it in for our second to make it 2-1. Then 3-1 came when the ball was played in, wasn't headed clear, as Ramirez played it back to Romero around the corner to Ndungala, whose shot was saved onto the post, but it fell straight back to him, and he was able to finish that one. And then we were able to get another one. Initially, it was St Joseph coming on the attack, but Ramirez's header found Romero, who played it out wide to Ndungala, who made no mistake this time, smashing it past the keeper. They did get one more back as a consolation late on in the game in the 87th minute, but again, it wasn't anything for us to worry too much about, as they didn't create enough to really cause concerns, but it ended 4-2. We then had a 3-1 win against Glasses United. It was Salah down this left-hand side, finding Pereira de Sá, who laid it back into Romero, who just popped it off to Bareback to smash home for the first goal. And the second goal came not long after. Again, on this left-hand side, Salah working with Bareback to get a ball into the box, and Romero's header to give us the 2-0 lead. With Graziano Pella out, it was important that Romero stepped up, and he certainly has done. Glasses did get one back, though. As I mentioned, Real Sanchez playing it through to Benito to tuck it away, but we did manage to get our 2-goal lead back just before half time in the 42nd minute, which kind of wrapped things up, and nothing else happened in the game as Salah's ball over the top found Bareback, who was through on goal, and he scored for 3-1. And finally, we had a dominant 1-0 win against College 75. Carlson becoming deliverer for Salafu to smash it home, and it was a 1-0 victory to take home. And there we go. That is how we got to this stage. We've obviously got PAOK today in the first knockout of the Europa Conference League. Looking at transfers, though, there are a few things to kind of update you on. We've got Charlie Porter coming in from Celtic on a free. Kasper Jorgensen will be leaving us for Helsinger. But we've also made some more sales. Inns, I don't think there is anything. Harvey Neville went and has come back on loan, although he's only in the under-23, so not making any first team. But with that said, we have got a few players that we've sold. Like it mentioned, we've got rid of the likes of Harvey Neville. He's gone. Liam Higgins, he's also left for Sutton. Kegs Chalk off to Supersport. Casper Nilsson to Lincoln. Sam Lautenschutz, who was leaving on a free anyway, he's gone to Salernitana for only 10k. But, you know, a couple of loans out for players who wanted to get some game time. And Mikael Johansson going to Sogndal. But otherwise, nothing much to really mention. As I said, there's not really been any transfers in. Mainly those going out. But let's jump into today's game and take a look at how we're going to go. I think what we will probably end up doing is leaving it as it is. Andre Wisdom lacking a little bit of fitness, but I think we'll have to pop him in there. Although we could put Ramirez back there just to give Wisdom maybe another game without having to cause any more fitness concerns. I think we'll do that. But otherwise, it's the general team that we tend to go for most of the time. One player I didn't mention, though, that we have brought in is one of our Celtic players that we brought in on a free. He joined us on the January 1st, but he's not able, obviously, to play in the Conference League, I don't think, because I wasn't able to register in time. Is that right? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll show you him at some point. You'll notice he's about. But it's going into today's game. We are at home, so hopefully the first leg can be kind to us, as we are looking to take a bit of a good start to the game. 59% possession. It's not bad either. 20 minutes in, and we're already looking okay. But it will be PAOK with the first efforts going forward, as it is worked on this right hand side. Teigl looking to get a ball into the box. He does lift one in. Schwab going up for the header, but it's over the bar, and Gustav's able to kind of watch that go over without too much concern. Now it's our turn. Just before half time, 7 minutes to half time. Bareback with a free kick. It's a great save by Pashalakis to put it out for a corner. Hopefully we can make something of this corner. It was a great free kick to start with to cause him a bit of trouble. Salafu, delivery into the box. No one's gone up to win that, as Romero will get onto the loose ball. That's gone all the way over the top. He's coming inside, finds Koch, who will look inside again to Kingsley, but nothing comes of that attack. As the clock does tick down to half time now, it is looking like we will be going into the second half with a 0-0 draw, but we have got a free kick just before half time. We've got about 20 seconds to take it, so this will probably be it for the half, as Bareback's free kick just goes over the bar. It was a decent effort, but not close enough, as we go into half time at 0-0. We're looking good. 7 shots on target, 9 shots in total. There are a few things that we might look to change. Ndangala will come off, Miles will pop on. So it is players. We have brought up Kais Najer as well as Matthew Kujo, who are 2 players that we've brought up from the under-23s because we're kind of struggling for players. We've had a lot of players out for suspensions and injuries, so I thought we might as well use the players we've got in our under-23s as they're there. But Marlos will play on that right-hand side. I think we will leave it at that for now. Graziano Pelican obviously come on at some stage, but he is jaded a little at the moment, so we don't want to push him too much. He is retiring at the end of the season, but we have signed him to an under-23s assistant manager contract, so he will be sticking around at the club, which is nice. But he is retiring, so we will be looking to kind of move some players around. Romero having to get that form up top, which he has been getting, so he's been playing well, so I'm not too worried about Pella retiring, but I did ask him to stick around because he's very, very influential. But it will be Pout coming forward here in the last 19 minutes of the game. Schwitz with the ball inside to Felipe Suarez. That played out wide, but looked over the top. Schwab through on goal. Can he finish? No, he can't. It's put wide of the goal. This first leg is going to be tight. If we really need a goal to have any chance of going through. Pereira de Sá back to Ramirez, whose ball over the top will come to Maximiliano Romero. He's coming back inside. Can he smash it in goal? He does. Smashes it at the keeper, who's not got the strongest hands to be able to keep that out. Some paper wrists there. And he absolutely rifles it in. It's 1-0 Hound Dogs. What a great goal to score with 15 minutes to go. We could certainly be doing something here. It's a ball in. I mean, it's nowhere near any of our boys, but Romero does extremely well to get onto it, cutting inside, and the save, he's just not able to palm it away because of the power on it, and it does go in for 1-0. With 10 minutes to go, should we look to change things? But it is a corner for us. Marlos, who's got a great delivery on him. Can he find anyone? He does look for Cock, but it's not able to go on goal. But Bareback's coming towards the goal now, and he smashes well over the bar in the end. And it stays at 1-0. I think we'll bring on Keita for Pereira de Sá. No, for Salafu Diaruba. We'll move those, Dirasuba, I should say, moving those around. And then Marco Salah will come off and Najer will come on just because he's taken a little knock and I don't really want to risk him as he's a crucial player for us. With 5 minutes to go, we are looking very good to take that 1-0 lead into the second leg, which will be great and really, really important for us when we go over to Greece. And there it is, 1-0. Romero getting that goal that we needed, making it almost out of nothing. For us in the 74th minute as we go into the second leg with some tough competition still, but with an advantage. So let's jump into the second leg. Here we are then for the second leg. We've obviously got that 1-0 lead, but it's not going to be perfect. So we've also had some issues further than that. Ramirez is out injured for 3 to 5 weeks, and Paul Cook has been injured for 2 to 3 months with a hip injury. So I'm not really sure what we're going to do, but we're going to have to work something out. Andre Wisdom come in at centre back, I guess, and then Ramirez will have to be replaced by someone. Have we got anyone in our under 23s that could play? We'll have to have a quick look. Any youngsters that could probably slot in there? I'm not too sure. Maktar Silla maybe could. Could he slot in at centre half? Let's take a look and see. I think he... No, he's unregistered, yeah. Yeah, so he can't actually play for us. Okay, so we're going to have to work something out, I think. Oh, God, this is a nightmare. Naja, right, you come in there and then let's fiddle. Because... Marco Salah, do you reckon can you play centre back? Not really, no. I think what we'll have to do, Marco Salah will play right back. We'll pop Silva, Wisdom at centre half with Najer at left. We'll then have Kingsley Michael in centre midfield or defensive midfield with Pereira de Sá and Dirasuba, I should say, further forward. Then in Dongala, Bareback and Romero up top. Otherwise, that's kind of all we can do with 4 players on the bench. So let's jump into it. Let's hope the boys can kind of just work things out, I guess. That's one thing we've got to try and work on. I've asked for youth recruitment to go up and that sort of thing. So I'm hoping that will happen and will work over the next few seasons, because that's the big thing in Europe, is having the Gibraltar players who are good enough to be able to play. So we've got more depth. But with that said, let's just see how it goes. Najer with a cross in, though. A lovely ball in, and Bareback just heads over the bar. So looking good already in this second leg. We're looking very positive. We're going to be using that width because they are very, very narrow with their players. So hopefully the width will allow us to get some balls into the box and some options, as we are looking very good in the game. They've had more of the possession, but going forward, we've definitely created a bit more. Salah coming down this right-hand side. Hopefully his experience will keep him... keep his ability to be able to play on that right back role. And Dongala with a ball in, it goes over the top. Romero's not able to really reach it, and Bareback's shot smashes off the bar. Quite the strike, but not quite able to deal with it, as Andre Wisdom does head the clearance away. And it is staying at 1-0. Half an hour in, and we are looking very good. Najer throwing down to Bareback, then Salafu, back to Najer, who's going to definitely be looking for a cross in, which he will do here. He's got to the byline, it's in, it's headed away as Bareback's not quite able to reach it, and then Kingsley will play it back to Najer. Again, it gets played back to Kingsley. Can he drive forward? He finds Najer again with the 1-2. His ball in though does find Pereira de Sá, not quite, as it's headed away, and Kingsley will drive forward. Now Pereira de Sá out wide to Salah, is he going to be able to get a ball in on his right foot, or is he going to cut back? He turns back round. It's a left-footed cross, and Romero's head is just wide of the target. We're half an hour in the game, and we are very much on top, although they have got a corner now, which could be it. Could be the cause for problems. Near post header goes wide of the target, so we get away with that one. It's another free kick, though, for Pauk, really straight away, and Virkvalia, I think that may be what it is, gets the header and it goes in. Half an hour in, they level things up. They've got plenty of time to use that, but we've also been very good this game. We've had opportunities, and so I wouldn't put it past us getting a goal, because we've certainly created enough, but maybe not as well as we maybe hoped initially. But hey, a header, it's going to happen. It's half time. We're looking okay, especially considering we haven't got a proper right back on the pitch. I think what we might do is take Romero off and put Pella up top. He's retiring. Let's give him some game time in Europe. And he's a different player, isn't he, up top? He's a bit less mobile, but a bit more physical. He's got the height. He's got the heading ability. So hopefully those balls in, he might be able to get something, as that is something that we have been able to do, especially with Najer down on that left-hand side. But Wisdom with a good header finds Ndungala, who might look for the overlap by Salah, which he does do. He will want to get on his left foot, but plays it back inside to Ndungala. Then Pereira de Sá, who's driving through on goal. Can he finish this one? And he certainly can. Bottom left-hand corner is a lovely, lovely finish. He drives brilliantly well into the box from Ndungala, playing it into him. And with his left foot does slot it in to the left-hand corner of the goal. Salah working very, very well there. And Ndungala, Pereira de Sá with that drive, and you can see there right into the bottom corner. 1-1, 2-1 on aggregate in this second half. 10 minutes into this second half, and we're looking good. With 20 minutes left now, we can look to make a change, I think. Maybe Bareback to come off and Ndungala to swap round. And we'll bring on Matthew Cudjoe. I think having a bit more fresh legs rather than Marlos. I don't think this would go to penalties if we bring him on. As Salafu gets put through on goal, and he just hits it wide of the target. We're so dominant. I want us to keep this on. And I think Cudjoe is that sort of player to keep running at players, keep pushing them back, and giving us that opportunity to either get another goal or just prevent them from being able to counter on us and have any respite. But it will be the last few minutes of added time. Can we make it through to the next round of the Europa Conference League? It certainly looks like we have. A great result there. 1-0. We've dominated the game. Really, the scoreline doesn't do us justice in that one, as it does end 1-0 in today's game. But 2-1 on aggregate means we will be going through to the next round of the competition. I don't know who that will be against, so it'll be a little surprise for you in the next one. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know how far you reckon we can get in this Europa Conference League after that performance, which I'm pretty happy with. But there you go. I'll see you in the next one.